power. She shows it right here. Double layout.
Actually, I think it's an advantage with her long line. It's very beautiful. Here it is, layout, layout. Beautiful.
Legendz Classic is a combination of bringing in our top level 9s and 10s from their traditional competition and bringing it so that they have an opportunity to really perform and get to show off and make it more of a fun, lively event with loud music, some extra entertainment, and then pair that up with bringing in gymnasts through history have really made a mark on our sport and really make it, that much more special. That we get to hear from them, hear their fun stories. They get to cheer on their teams. The girls get their names on the back of their leotards, something in memory that they'll have forever.
Two-time world champion, Zmeskal.
Kim Zmeskal.
Once it happened, it was made into such a big deal of, anytime I was introduced to anything, it's the first world champion. And I think really changed the direction of where USA Gymnastics is with expectation. This is possible, this is where things are gonna go, and since then, things have only shot upward.
I've got that lightning inside me. This is how legends are made.
My gymnastics career started at age 9. I started out as a dancer. So every time I had a dance competition and I was interviewed afterwards, they're like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I was like, an Olympic gymnast. My dream had always been to train with Bella. Finally, my mom agreed to take me there. So I went for a weekend and it was the hardest weekend of my life. Oh my God. Before we stepped out on the floor for the very first time and we were standing from the practice gym, like in the corridor, getting ready to march out, you could feel this intensity, all the athletes, everybody. It's like words can't describe it. It simply felt big, like something bigger than anything I'd ever felt before. And you could literally feel it, like an energy just going as this crowd started cheering and masses of people and all the cameras going off. And that moment epitomizes what the Olympics felt like.
Mom did little gymnastics and she just bring me, and I started when I 3 years old. One coach just say, hey, she's so good, just move on. I did the Russian levels first and qualified. After that, I go to the national team. In Russia, we live in the camps. We not do it 4 or 5 days camp and go home. First it's juniors, and after it's senior, world champion, Europe champions, and after, yes, we go in Olympic Games. I have to go to 2000 in Sydney, but I have injury, so I'm not going. After that, yes, I have 2004 Athens and Beijing's 2008. Athens, I did pretty much good. When I come back, head coach says, like, you're too old and you need to be quit. So 2 years, I'm not doing gymnastics. And after I come back and go in Olympic Games 2008.
I started gymnastics because my mom was a gymnast actually in college. She was coaching, and so she just put me in a leotard. I kind of had my mindset on what I wanted to do. I went to national team training camps already when I was young, and I saw Kim and Chris, and I was like, I think I want to go there. So my mom and dad sent me there for a tryout, and then they left, and so I just stayed. I have like a lot of favorites. Probably 2022 Nationals, the last beam routine. Before I went, KJ was talking to me. She always tells me to take a deep breath in through my nose, and she holds it for 4 seconds, and then we release together. And that always really helps me calm down, get my breathing back to normal before the adrenaline kicks in. When I was up there, I didn't hear anything. That's how focused I was. I think someone was going on floor and I didn't hear anything. I just knew right then and there I couldn't have done anything better in that routine. Whenever we saw the scoreboard up there, we got it! And I was just jumping up and down. I saw the trophy and I was like in awe. I was like, wow, we just did that as a team. Incredible.
Going into 2018 national championships, we weren't doing so hot. And I just remember I was so nervous because I was like, this is, in my head, the last time I was gonna be able to compete. I had gotten 2 back-to-back 10s one time during the season, so I knew I could do it. It was like everything was just happening without me thinking. And then I remember going for my dismount, and I thought I had pulled in, but I had tapped just enough to get the perfect height, and I remember sticking it, and I was like, oh my God, I stuck it. We went to beam though, and I still look at the score, and I'm like, ooh, we're like 0.3 behind, which is a lot. I remember like sticking all of my landings, probably the best that I could have ever done. And I remember it coming down the dismount, and I was like, okay, I have to stick this. We saw all the scores go up, and it was a 10, and we're all screaming. Then I heard a second wave of screams, and then we like all turned around. And when I saw UCLA at the top, I freaked out. I was like, there's no way, like we just won. And then I thought it was an error. So I thought it was gonna like go back down. So I like kept like, I was like hugging my teammate, but like kept staring at the scoreboard. And it didn't hit me until the trophy lady came. It was the perfect ending for my gymnastics career to score 2 perfect 10s on both my events and win a national championship in like the smallest margin in history. So I felt like I went out with a bang.
This is how legends are made.